When you tell people you're from Chicago, the reactions are mixed. A raised eyebrow, pause, maybe a nervous joke about crime or winter. You know how it is. But the truth? This city is both complicated and beautiful. A city that's been knocked down, counted out, and yet somehow keeps standing up. It's a city where people put up a fight, work hard, and create amazing new things. Then there's this. Granted, the winters are brutal, and the over-the-top headlines don't help. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find something real, something worth sticking around for. This is our Chicago.
One of the prettiest days, and Nico gets to go out and enjoy the weather, and he just falls asleep. That's how good the weather is today.
All right, so in this video, we want to talk to you about why Chicago is one of our favorite cities to live in, and we'll touch upon a few things that are not so great. Number one, transportation. Chicago has a CTA. We have trains, buses, there's many lines, so there's many options, and if it's cold,
depending on where you live, you might not need a car at all. But keep in mind that the overall line does need some work. And like many cities like New York, you might see some weird stuff here and there. Just keep an eye out. The system is pretty easy to navigate with one platform that gets you access to both directions. That's what I usually use to go to work, and I save some money by getting a monthly pass. Then, you also have the CTA buses, and if you live in the burbs, you have 11 metro lines coming out of downtown. For access to the rest of the world, we have the O'Hare International Airport, most interconnected airport on the continent, offering a strong domestic and international network according to the latest rankings.
O'Hare makes the world accessible. You get non-stop flights to places like Korea and Japan, and also it's only a 4-hour non-stop flight back home to Puerto Rico. You get great prices too if you search for time, and it's right outside the city, so it's only like a 40-minute cab ride or an hour train ride.
Plus, let's not forget that there's Midway Airport for easy domestic flights too.
Speaking of a well-connected city, another reason to love Chicago is how well-connected it is in Midwestern culture. After all, it's in the heart of it all.
The pace here is different. This is certainly not New York. It's a city of neighborhoods of old school joints and cozy taverns that stand the test of time, where people connect, advocate for their zip codes, and stand for something. We celebrate the history and the little things that makes us great. Throughout the seasons, we like to hit the road to relax in another corner of Lake Michigan or a cozy spot in Indiana, Wisconsin, or Michigan. Each state and little town has its own magic. Diversity is another reason we love Chicago, but let me explain. It's not like other cities where you can find every culture under the sun, but there's diversity, and we're privileged to be able to expose our kid to all of that. It's very powerful. Learning from different cultures and people has been our biggest joy in life, and that includes, of course, trying all the amazing food. Our hope is that we find more diversity blended into the heart of the city, in the mainstream companies, industries downtown, and those who manage government. That's where we need diversity the most. But we can say one thing: diversity is broadly embraced and defended, which leads us to our next reason to stay here: safety. So safety can mean many things to many people, and it's usually associated with how much violence or crime there is. But if you're a minority, you want to know that you're going to be okay being yourself. You want to live in a city where you don't have to fear being from a different background, speaking a different language, or having a different skin color, or loving a certain way. That's also considered safety. Chicago broadly advocates for that. This is an asylum city. It's not perfect, and in terms of violence, there's gun violence in the pockets of the city and incidents that happen everywhere, like most major cities. But we do feel safe here. We follow common sense, we respect thy neighbor, and we lend a hand in support of what's right when we can. There's a spirit of brotherhood, allyship, and partnership that drives the next reason why we're here. Chicago is a city where creativity blooms. It's a city of originals, people who help lead the pack, create things, and drive change. That also translates to jobs. There's a reason Chicago is a media, finance, and tech hub with major offices for companies like Google, McDonald's, United, Grubhub, and more. And the farther you move from downtown, there are also more manufacturing and factory jobs. Chicago ranks as the #2 city for Fortune 500 headquarters, ranked the #1 US metro area for corporate relocation for 12 years, attributed to its deep talent pool, strong business-friendly environment, logistics infrastructure, academic and research institutions, and a diverse and resilient economy that certainly keeps a lot of people here. Then finally, let's talk quality of life and cost of living. Chicago is fun, friendly, and a healthy city. With space to grow, fun things to do, green spaces, it's clean and pretty to look at. It has walkable neighborhoods and a breathtaking lakefront. However, this increasingly comes at a higher cost. According to the MIT Living Wage Calculator, a family of 3 like ours with a 3-year-old should be making a combined salary of $164,278 per year to meet the basic cost of living, including housing, food, childcare, healthcare, and transportation.
So just to give you an idea, we pay about $1,600 a month for a 1-bedroom with parking in Edgewater. It's about $900 a month in healthcare costs for the 3 of us. Nico pays about $2,000 a month for daycare. Groceries is about $520 a month, give or take. And we spend about $60 when we eat out. And tipping starts at about 18 to 20%. That's kind of like the standard now. So some days the high cost of living does get to you, but it's not exclusive to Chicago. All the cities in the US are feeling the heat. And I bet some people in Europe are also feeling that kind of pressure too.
Do we still think this is a great city to live in? Yes. Chicago was voted best big city in the US 8 years in a row. We've stayed here almost 15 years for a reason. Our son was born here, and we've done a lot of growing up in this city. Only time and circumstances will tell for how long we'll stay. But for now, there's no other place we'd rather call home in the US than Chicago.
Well, that's going to be it for this video. And if you're from Chicago, let us know what you think about life here. We can compare notes. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.